Are you an investor looking for premium market opportunities? Presenting premium and exclusive service for investors by Kalkine.
Good morning, one and all. Welcome to Kalkine TV. My name's Sage. We've got the ASX buzzing stocks for the day for you lined up. And today we're going to take a look at some ASX listed stocks in the news. You know it because of their latest announcements. Beginning with an overview of the S&P and the markets. And the S&P ASX 200 is lower today, dropping 42.20 points or 0.62%. And over the last 5 days, the index has gained 4.65%, but is down 8.99% for the last year to date. The Volatility Index A-VIX is lower today as well, dropping 0.10 points or 0.54%. The index has lost 9.60% for the last 5 days. And meanwhile, ASX All Ordinaries Index is also lower today, dropping 43.20 points, this being 0.61%. Over the last 5 days, the index has gained 4.67%, but is down 10.14% for the last year to date. And all 11 sectors are higher over the last week, along with the S&P ASX 200 index. Although little changed, consumer staples is today's best performing sector. The Australian global boutique asset management firm GQG Partners is where we'll begin, and today they've announced its funds under management status as of 30th September 2022. The company had total funds under management, or FUM, of $79.2 billion in September, compared to $87.4 billion in August. And meanwhile, for the quarter, the company reported net inflows of $0.8 billion. And GQG Partners said that given the backdrop of heightened volatility in markets, rates and currencies during the quarter, these results demonstrate their continued strong, well-diversified gross inflows across multiple geographies and major channels. The recent extreme volatility in bonds and currencies contributed to gross outflows of roughly $1.5 billion from GQG Partners UK domiciled clients. And today, GQG Partners shares traded down by 4.70%. They were at $1.52. Moving right along, Australian telecommunications and technology company Telstra today announced that the authorisation granted by the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission on September 15th to enable Telstra and National Broadband Network to amend their definitive agreements came into force today. The amendment to the definitive agreement allows Telstra's proposed scheme of arrangement to proceed, and the regulator authorisation was one of the condition precedent to the scheme. The telecom giant said that implementation of the scheme remains subject to shareholder approval at the scheme meeting on October 11th and final court approval. On Friday, Telstra's shares traded down by 1.03%. They were at $3.83. And lastly for you, Seven Group has put a 6% stake in building materials group Boral on the line in a bid to raise $250 million and refinance its Singapore-listed convertible notes. Australian Diversified Operating and Investment Group today announced that it has successfully priced its offer of $250 million senior exchangeable notes due in 2027. The company said that the new notes will have a fixed coupon of 4.62% per annum and will be exchangeable into fully paid ordinary shares of Boral at an initial exchange price of $3.77 per Boral share, which represents a premium of approximately 30% to the closing price of Boral shares on October 6th. And Seven Group has also acquired an additional 3% interest in Boral shares, as indicated in the 6th October 2022 announcement, owning total 69.6% of Boral. And today, Seven Group's shares traded up by 0.027%. They reached $18.38. And Boral's shares traded down by 1.03%. They were at $2.87. Thank you so much for your company in that report. Hope your Friday in trading is going strategically. That is all for this edition of the ASX Buzzing Stocks for the Day. Do keep watching Kalkine TV, there's plenty more coming your way. Keep it locked. Sage here signing off for now.